Well, I'm excited to be here this morning and tell you about what the ACC has been up to. Good morning. It's always an honor to stand before everybody today, not just as your CEO, but as a proud member of a community that refuses to be underestimated, undervalued, and overlooked. For years, we've heard the word transition. It gives me a chill when I hear transition, because for me, transition was moving away from one thing to another. And I never believed that in my life, that that's what was going to happen. And at one point when I first started this job, somebody said evolution. And I like the word evolution because evolution just means you're growing, you're changing. And I think Cole does that all the time. We grow, we change, we get better. But last night, after hearing all the conversations yesterday, I have a little bit of a epiphany. We've been told to step aside, to make room, to quietly fade into the background. A gentle nod to our resilience, a polite recognition of our innovation when we talk about a renaissance. But after that, and after what I witnessed, after hearing the stories, the breakthroughs, the unwavering pride, I will not whisper. I promise you that. I am not going to whisper. I will be bold. And this is not just a renaissance, it is a revolution. I looked up revolution, and revolution is a swift action. And I think we can all say that we've had a swift action in the first 6 months of the year. Because what we are experiencing is not symbolic. It is rapid. It is fundamental change. We are not adapting to survive. We are transforming to lead. We are challenging the established energy order. We are replacing outdated narratives with truth, technology, and tenacity. We are mobilizing not just our industry, but our communities, our workers, and our allies. This revolution is fueled by a new ideology, one that demands energy neutrality, performance-based standards, and industrial realism. It's not just about coal, it's about fairness, reliability, and the future of American well-being. And I want to be very clear, this is a revolution. We are redefining what it means to power a nation. We are reclaiming our place in the future for steel, cement, and grid stability. We are not asking for permission. We are asserting our value. So today I ask you to join me, not in quiet advocacy, but in bold leadership. Let this be the moment we stop softening our message. Let this be the moment we stop apologizing for our strength. Let this be the moment we say with conviction, we are Cole, we are proud, and we are leading this revolution. With that, as I set the tone, we went digital this year. As you notice, there's very few papers. You did receive a postcard, and here's a QR code. The paperwork that goes with this presentation, this annual meeting, is actually on our website for our members. If you go to the digital, you'll see a letter from me, our financials, some stuff that we're very proud of that I'll be going over, but it's right there for you all the time. So if you want to use the QR code, there are a few housekeeping things that we have to do for the association. And I've put them up here, and they are in the paperwork online. But first, if you could take a moment and review the meeting agenda on your right-hand side there, I would appreciate that. And may I get a motion to approve the agenda? Scott Becknell approves. And may I get a second? Kelly Sweet, thank you. Any discussion? Any changes? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The meeting minutes. I'm a very brief meeting minute person. This is last year's meeting minutes from this meeting. If you take a minute, may I get a motion to approve? Mr. Jahaski, a motion. Any questions? A second? Fran? All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, Kristen, I was looking that way. Appreciate you all. Whether you're a longtime member, a new partner, or someone who simply believes in the power of the American coal industry, thank you for your presence here today as a testament to the strength of the community. And I do mean this is a community. You're not just colleagues, you're the people I text when rumors are swirling. You send me the news when I need it, before it hits the wire, so I am prepared. You invite me to your operations. You've welcomed me to dinners, tours, and boardrooms. And I'm going to stop for a second because I watched my coworkers get emotional yesterday about representing this industry. Thank you all. You've embraced me, not just as your CEO, but as part of your community. And that means everything. Here's a few pictures of my last year. So much fun. Had so many fun tours, being with people, new members, traveling, getting to represent this industry is incredible. I want to take a moment to reflect on the momentum we built and the challenges we continue to meet. I'm reminded daily that leadership is never a solo endeavor. It's a shared journey. And I'm incredibly fortunate to walk this path with a team whose commitment and character inspire me every single day. To Michelle and Ingrid, your tireless dedication, sharp insight, and unwavering professionalism are the heartbeat of our work. You bring clarity to complexity, warmth to your every interaction, and excellence to everything you touch. I am deeply grateful for their partnership and proud to stand beside them. To my board, thank you for your vision, your courage, and your steadfast belief in coal's future. Your leadership is not just strategic, it's personal. You understand what this industry means to our communities, our economy, and our legacy. And you show up again and again with purpose and pride. Together, we are not just advocating for coal, we are shaping the future, and your commitment fuels mine, and I'm honored to lead alongside you. And with that, I'm going to ask Bill to come up.
Thanks, Emily. Yeah, just for those of you who don't, there he is. I wore this for you, Chris. I'm proud to be coal, proud to be American, and also proud to be a native West Virginian. Look, my name's Bill McFadden. For those of you who don't know me, I am the president of the executive committee of the board of directors of the American Coal Council. Very proud to serve in that capacity. A little bit about how we roll. For those who aren't members, thank you for coming. We hope that you will join us for sure. But yeah, we have a big board. We have a 3-person executive committee that serves 3 terms. We have a president-elect, we have a president, and 1-year past president. So I'm on the 2nd year of my term on the executive committee. I think the 5th year on the board of directors. I think we can serve for 2 consecutive terms, and then we roll off. One thing I'll say about our board is we're doers. We don't have board members who just come and sit and commentate. When we look for new board members, we want to find people that can bring core competencies that we need. And as a board member, you effectively become part of Emily's staff. Emily calls on all of us, almost to a person. Our board members contribute and assist and advise Emily in many, many initiatives, our rebranding, our podcasts. So you can see our board members all over the place. Our board members are cross-sectional throughout the supply chain. Of course, we have miners. We have consumers of coal. We have the movers of coal, the railroads, the barge companies. And we have the service providers like laboratories and other testing agencies, vessel agencies, et cetera. So we really do have a strong board. We have a big board and an active board. And, you know, what do we do? Yeah. What we really focus on, and this is really, you know, I think changed pretty significantly under Emily's leadership, is we advocate for coal. Yeah. And as Emily said, we're not, you know, apologizing. We are promoting. But I looked up, like Emily, I referenced the dictionary, Merriam-Webster, to see what the definition of advocate was. And part of advocacy is defending a cause, and part of advocacy is promoting a cause. And I feel like for the past few years, as I've been on the board, and we all know it's true, that we've been on defense. I'll use a hockey analogy. You know, I've lived and worked in Pittsburgh a lot during my career, and I'm a big Penguins hockey fan. And, you know, we've been, for the past few years, been forced to skate backwards. We were on defense. And the opposition was moving towards us very powerfully. But what we've done is we've deflected the puck. Our goalie has deflected the puck. And now we are transitioning. Talk about transition. We're transitioning from defense to offense. And we have powerful forces now that are standing behind us. Not only our current administration, which is very, very important and very key, but really, as we've heard yesterday in the excellent presentations, it really is the cold, hard truth, the fact that our society cannot live without coal. We heard our natural gas guy yesterday say, there's a time, the time is now when we can't pivot to gas anymore. We need coal for energy. And now we also know and are discovering through the innovators, some of whom you've heard yesterday, that, you know, we cannot be dependent on other nations for critical minerals that we need for our defense, for our livelihood, et cetera. So it's just a no-brainer. I wrote that, you know, no-brainer. You know, we need coal, and that needs to be our message. And then I think the third factor that really will cause us to bury the puck in the net, right, is our people. And, you know, I get emotional a little bit too, because, you know, my whole background is in steel. My grandfather, my uncle, my father all worked in the steel business. Laborers, coke plants, you know, hot end operators, blast furnace, et cetera. So, you know, I grew up in the Northern Panhandle, West Virginia. Coal is everywhere. It's just there. And I know how resilient the people are. And Chris yesterday was talking about West Virginia being the the leading metallurgical export producer. I go to international conferences. I'm called to speak a lot. And the one thing that I'll say about U.S. coal and metallurgical for sure, and thermal as well, but when we're called on, we deliver. And the reason for that is the people. And we have people in place who have a passion for mining, for doing the job of bringing the coal out of the ground, for moving the coal. You know, that's different from other basins. And it's the power of the people that work in our industry that are going to cause us and give us the opportunity to bury the puck. With that, you know, we'll get to the other section of the meeting. Emily it's going to be interesting because Emily's going to go through a lot of the activities that we've done. You know, we hope that you feel like your investment in the organization, the dollars that you contribute, that you spend are well spent. And I also want to give a shout out to Emily. I mean, her leadership has just really taken us to the next level. We are out there. To advocate, you have to be visible, you know, and we just kind of untied the strings of travel budgets, and we don't talk about that stuff anymore. Our mandate to Emily is get out there, be visible, champion the cause, rely on us, help us to help you, and deliver the message that we all know is so important for our country and for our economy. So anyhow, thank you for your support. Thank you for your attendance. Keep it coming. Please consider joining. Evangelize. Yeah. Those of you who are members, okay, we're all networked. So, you know, if you know people that you think should be members, you think would be wanting to join our cause and contribute, please reach out to them. And that's what this, you know, business is, just relationships between people. and people who share common goals. And we really would appreciate, if you would help us to grow our membership, to allow us to keep doing what we do. With that, I'll turn it back over to Emily.
Bill talked a little bit about our membership and how important it is. Our corporate sponsors are extremely important to our mission. Without their support, some of the things that we have done wouldn't happen. The rebrand, the podcasts, our sponsors are critical. And I thank every one of you. And you have my deep gratification because you see us, you've been here for us, and we'll continue to be here. And that's exciting. It's hard not to reflect on where we were a year ago. Our country had been thrown into a state of unknown, and the election had an interesting turn, to say the least. We were talking about it the other day, how things had, it was a little bit concerning sitting here last year at this time. And it was at this very meeting that my incredible board of directors approved an expenditure to take coal to the fight. And as we were sitting there watching the election unfold, election night, I get a text from Lorelei and Christian Palich on the board. And Lorelei says, we're taking credit for Pennsylvania because we ran an ad campaign in Pennsylvania in 5 key counties with some very sharp people that knew what they were doing. And we take credit.
A secure America starts at home, and it requires American-made energy. Today, with its high-tech advances, coal is cleaner than ever before, providing inexpensive baseload electricity to power the technologies we rely on every day. But radical politicians ignore this progress, jeopardizing our security. For America to thrive, we need leaders that support the innovation of America's most affordable and abundant energy. This year, vote for American security. Vote for coal.
And boy, did we. This administration has been nothing but kind to the coal industry, and we have found a champion. When we rebranded, we developed 5 pillars, and I'm not going to go into them in depth, but these 5 pillars are how I lead the organization and what I do for the organization. They are my guiding principle. So when I think about doing anything, I look back to these pillars. And when you look at the booklet that's been put together, you'll see some of the accomplishments under each pillar that we're very proud of. Our membership, last year I stood in front of you, we were at 110 members. This year we're at 122. That includes affiliates, paying members, retired members that are paying dues to us. We've given them a special discount for dues for people that want to stay involved in the industry, but it's 122. And I think that is a testament to what we're doing and who we are. And I'm very proud of those people for joining us. Bill did give us a call to action, and please know that at any time you have somebody that's interested in membership and they want to reach out and talk, I am happy to have those conversations about what we're doing and how we're promoting coal. We are small but mighty, and this looks a little inflated this year because of this investment income of almost $95,000. Because we switched banks and we moved income and sent some stuff to some different places, we had to take an investment income. And so this is a little inflated this year because those are catch-up contributions or catch-up income. But we had a good year. And the biggest thing I'm proud of is our conferences actually made money last year. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the ACC, we'd seen a decline in membership, or seen a decline in our conference attendees, and had not even broke even at our conferences when I first started this role. And last year we actually saw a profit. So that's incredible. That's a testament to coal and the interest in coal and coming back. And I do think it helps that we went to Miami in February. We saw 200 people there the last 2 years, and certainly looking to grow that conference even further. We work really hard to keep our costs down. We've done a lot of things and looked at what we were spending money on so that I am able to travel and represent the industry, and kind of gotten rid of some things that were fluff, that really didn't make sense that we were paying for. Okay, what do? I advocate for coal, and that means I'm out. I'm taking tours. My most recent tour, I went to Triadelphia, West Virginia, and saw Core Resources Innovation Center. And the uses that they're doing with coal is incredible. I also got to take a first timer underground to Iron Synergy's Cumberland Mine. And when you're with somebody that's never been underground for the first time, wow, it's an experience, right? You go down, you're like, I hope they don't freak out because we're going right back up. But when they see what I see, it's incredible. It's just, it's great. It was 23 below. This is Rawhide Mine in Gillette, Wyoming. I have to drive by Rawhide every day to go see my cows. And I told my husband we're taking a picture because this is what it's about at 23 below. These guys are out working, providing coal for energy to keep everybody else warm. And so we took this picture. I did some posts on it, and they went over really well because this is who we are. This is what we do. Probably my biggest, I would like to say going to the White House was my biggest moment, and it was pretty big. I won't lie to you. Getting to watch the EO, and I got to sit by Jimmy Brock and Paul Lang, and I looked at these gentlemen that have been in the industry for so long, and I said, "Did you ever see this coming?" And Chris, you said it. No, like they're like didn't think this was going to happen, not in our lifetime, and so that's truly tremendous when you look at what's going on. But my biggest moment was getting the invite to go and testify in front of Representative Gosar's committee for natural resources. And it was a small testify. It was on federal lands, using coal on federal lands and the importance of it for powering AI. But why it was important is because I think that's our recognition for what we're giving in DC has become elevated. And they reached out, and I got to go testify. And I know a lot of people get to do that, but for the ACC, that was important. And I now get emails that say, could you write a letter of support from the coal industry for coal? And I do. And I send those in. And these people that at one point I thought were off limits aren't anymore. Jean Keel sat in the back yesterday, and she reached out during the last moments of the big, beautiful bill, asking for some input on the checkerboarding in federal coal for underground mines. I got those contacts, and Patrick Barrett and Steve Reed came through, and we got information to them to save that language that was there. And she wrote back, and she said, this is what kept it in. Thank you. So we're making progress, and we're being heard. We are actively on social media. When I look at my competitors, NMA, Future Coal, the coal associations, we post more than anybody. And it's not exclusively our content. In fact, our content is minimal compared to what I'm posting, but it's everything. I post everything because that's how information is shared, unfortunately. 2 weeks ago, we opened an Instagram account, and so things are going to Instagram because whether we like it or not, that's where our young people are going. And thanks to Kara and Sean with Davis Media, I do think we're going to dip our toe into TikTok. We'll figure it out. We have to. The kids that I'm around in the Gillette community, there's two places they get their information, YouTube and TikTok. And we're not there. We're not strong presence. And so that's my next year. I hope to come back here and tell you that we broke the bubble and we figured it out. I'm just going to play the video.
Welcome to Coal Nation, the official podcast of the American Coal Council. Join us as we dive into the critical conversations shaping the future of coal. From industry experts to policymakers, we're exploring coal's essential role in America's energy, economy, and global trade. Whether it's powering communities, driving innovation or securing strong global economies, coal is at the heart of it all. ACC, proud to be American, proud to be coal. Coal Nation starts now.
So I wasn't a podcast person. I didn't listen to podcasts. I still listened to books and looked at the news. And but all of a sudden, everybody in my life was listening to podcasts, and we didn't have a podcast. Coal wasn't represented, and so I called Sean up one day and said, "Hey, what do you think about a podcast?" He goes, "Well, we've been trying to think about it, and I'd like to dip my toes into it." And he's like, "Are you willing?" I said, "I'm willing." And so we're 6 episodes into the podcast. We got the 7th sitting in editing right now. We've been recording this meeting, but we've also been recording snippets of the speakers to put out, and we continue to develop podcasts. And so, my challenge to you is, if you have an idea, please send it to me. We will take anything. I mean, this is the stories of us, and whether it's a person that you admire or it's a process or something, let me know, because we want to tell the story of coal. I'm going to go back to Davis because some of the things that we've been able to do has been because of them. We had a clunky, yucky website, and I am far from a web page master, and we run slim and mean here, and we just did the best we could. And once again, Sean and I were talking one day, and he's like, "Have you ever thought of?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I don't like it, but that's not something I was interested in." And they have taken that on and created us a beautiful website that's easy for Ingrid and Michelle and I to also use. And very happy about how this partnership just continues. And we're lucky because they stuck through us when our membership went down, our publications went down, advertising in the coal industry went down. To their bottom line, they stuck by us, and we appreciate them every day. And Kara and Sean are here, and would really appreciate you guys just taking a moment, if you haven't already, to introduce yourselves and get to know the people behind the work that we do, our newsletters, our publications, the Coal Nation podcast, our website, and hopefully TikTok and YouTube. This is Coal Nation. When I was in Triadelphia, this was the first time we'd actually done a live, and not live in the sense it's streamed live, but live as both of us were sitting there talking to each other. Everything else has always been recorded, and you're at your house and I'm at my house or wherever it's at. This was the first time we did it and we learned some things, and the next one's going to be better, and some really great ideas are coming, and can't wait to share one in the near future that we're going to do on site again. Our federal advocacy has really stepped up, led by Christian Palich and Lorelei Simon, our board members. Our fly-in this year, we had just at 30, which the first year we went, we had 8, then 19, and this year we're at 30. And what was really great about this year's fly-in is, thanks to some suggestions, we had a room at the Capitol Hill Club, which is right across from some of the House buildings. And House members came to us, and we didn't have to traipse around all the rooms and do things. And we had great, engaging conversations. We'd only scheduled 20 minutes with these Congress people, and Riley Moore sat there for 45 minutes talking about coal and why it's important to West Virginia. And the Coal Caucus came, Harriet Hageman and Shelley Moore, not Shelley. Thank you, Carolyn. And Carol Miller came, and we just had a great day. We had a great day of members being able to talk right to their representatives and talk about the importance of coal. And we'll continue to do this as long as people will come with us, because your stories are important, and that's what makes a difference. We elect them, and they work for us. And that's important. They need to hear our stories and continue to remember why they're there. Here's some pictures from our fly-in. Exciting news, we're going back to Miami. We love Miami. This year, we're going to be at the Grand Hyatt on Brickell. And we're very excited to be working with Andy Blumenfeld and Diana Ridgway and some of the board members to bring you an incredible lineup of speakers and networking opportunities and receptions. And can't wait for Miami, because last year there was a 103-degree temperature difference between Gillette and Miami when I was there. So because you guys are special, we're going to give a special rate. We're open registration today. And if you use this code, please write it down. It's for you guys in the room. You'll get a special rate. And I would encourage you, if you're not members and you want the discount, let's sign up for membership, because it's significant. There's a significant change, a difference between membership and non-member enrollments. I talked about Davis. They will be coming out as the buyer's guide is going to start being utilized, and Kara's got some great new ideas and some feature additions and things. And you're going to see this.
American Coal Magazine is the #1 trusted publication, connecting leaders across the entire coal supply chain. For more than 2 decades, American Coal has been the definitive voice of our industry. An industry that powers America, strengthens manufacturing, and fuels innovation. From reliable power generation to breakthroughs in carbon materials, advanced manufacturing, and next-generation technologies, we showcase the people and solutions driving coal's future. When you feature your company at American Coal, you do more than advertise. You stand alongside the leaders shaping the future of coal. You showcase your expertise, reaffirm your brand as an industry partner, and connect directly with decision makers who have the purchasing power to move business forward. Be seen in ACC's American Coal Magazine and showcase why the industry should be working with you.
We had a conversation during the board meeting about the people and highlighting the people of this industry. And Bill threw out, and I think it was used previously, Faces of Coal and who we are. And this publication that will come out in December, I want to highlight our communities, our people. And a lot of times we do market reports, we do different things, but it is time for the story to be told and to be strong about that. And it not only goes here, but it goes to our socials and it goes to everywhere. And so I need the stories, and I want you guys to really think about the people that are influencing your employees, that are strong proponents, and send them ask them if they're willing to have a story in the publication, because we have to put a real person to this industry. We have to have the people that you sit across from or sit by at a restaurant understand it's not just a mineral, it's people just like them that we need to support. And so I request from you, if you can send me names of people that should be highlighted in our December issue, I would appreciate it, because that's our focus. As we part today, I want to leave you with this. We are not just attendees of an annual meeting and conference. We are architects of a movement. We are the voice, the vision, and the velocity behind coal's future. This is not a moment to be passive. This is a moment to be bold. So I ask each of you, whether you're a producer, a policymaker, a researcher, a rail operator, or a regional advocate, to carry this moment forward. Speak up. Challenge misinformation. I always tell you, you've heard this a ton of times, I travel wearing coal. I wear my With Coal shirts. I now have a fabulous cap that says "Make Coal Great Again." I'm in the Salt Lake Airport, getting my rental car. I'm standing there, and this guy looks at me and he goes, "I love your cap." I'm like, "Thanks." And he goes, just a couple weeks ago, I was going through one of his socials, and something popped up that had a picture of World Coal consumption. Now, I shared that, and I'm like, I wonder if it was ours, but I didn't ask. But he goes, "I didn't realize coal was so important to the world. I didn't realize it was still being burned that much." And I'm like, yep, it is. And so have those conversations. Wear your coal pin. And when somebody comments on it, be okay to have that conversation with them and say, yeah, we're important and you need to understand that. So challenge misinformation. Share your innovations because we're doing really cool things. Share your impact. Steve talks about the hockey rink in Billings, Montana, that Signal Peak's building. All communities have those stories. Share them. Tell them how important you are. Because sometimes they forget, even in Wyoming, where you can't hardly not understand what coal is. We have people that have forgotten how important it is to our economy. Build bridges with communities, with legislators, with industries that depend on us. And above all, keep proving that what we already know, coal is not just relevant, it's revolutionary. Let's leave here not just inspired, but activated. Let's make this year the one where our message isn't just heard, that it's impossible to ignore. Because when we stand together, when we speak with clarity and conviction, when we lead with grit and grace, we don't just shape policy, we shape history. Thank you all for your leadership, your loyalty to this incredible industry, and your belief in what we're building together. And I'm going to leave you with irreplaceable coal.
Some things you just can't replace. So why are our leaders trying to replace coal with energy sources that can't do the job? Modern coal burns cleaner, it's cutting edge, and it's there when you need it. As America's energy demand grows, we'll need abundant and affordable power to keep our economy running. Choose what can get the job done. Reliable, irreplaceable American coal.
We actually released that the day the EOs were signed, and I'm telling you, this administration is supportive of coal, and we all know it. So thank you all very much.